everybody? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, you're on Planet Urban. Check it out. He is the most successful dancehall artist in the world. That's all I need to say. You know who it is. Sean Paul.
Sir,
What's up, man?
big up, man.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're gonna get straight into this. You grew up in Jamaica, is that correct?
Born, grew up in Jamaica, representing Jamaica for swimming and water polo while I was a teenager. Still live there today.
How was it growing up in Jamaica? Because Jamaica is a very musical country.
Definitely.
You know.
I can remember as a kid, you know, our pastimes was like singing the latest songs.
Wow.
So we'd be like playing on the playing field, and people are like, "People, are you ready?" Everybody said, "Blow," because that's the next part of the song, and everybody knew it.
Yeah.
And so, and you know, it was just the biggest pastime as kids. We didn't have much in terms of going to, you know, rides and these types of big city types of things that kids can take advantage of. Was a little different, and so I think music took a big part. It's a big part of our social activity. Even when we become like, you know, double figures, 13 years old, you're like, yeah, you start wanting to go to all of these parties and socialize with people, and so it's just a big part of growing up, and it's a big part of our lives.
Okay. You mentioned you played water polo.
Yeah.
Your family, your whole family is an athletic family.
Yeah, my mom and my father met at the swimming pool in the National Stadium pool when they were like 13.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess the rest is history, I guess, yeah.
How do you go from being a professional athlete who's playing water polo to Sean Paul, the dancehall artist? How did that happen?
Well, I sold my soul, mate. No, it's like it was just, you know, a natural, you know, gradual thing. You know, I got interested in doing music. Friends of mine were going to the studios, and I started to follow them, and just started to take everything in for years, like 4 years, seeing who was the new producers, who was the new artists, and then going to all the stage shows, standing up there looking at people on the stage saying, "Oh man, that's excellent, one day, next year, that's me." I just keep on saying that to myself, and then after a while, songs started to really come. And I mean, I could always write little rhymes, and that's what we used to do at school. When then full-length songs started to come, and at first I was worried, would I be able to write another one or keep it up? And I learned that it is pretty much like acting, I guess. It's that type of artwork. You get into a vibe, you channel a whole mood, and you bring it to people. And so that's all it was for me, and it started to become, you know, my favorite form of expression. When I'm on the stage or I'm in the studio, I can say what I would like to say to a mass of people, and that's a great feeling. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you now have 4 albums under your belt, and they've all been incredibly successful all around the world.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, the question I was going to get at to is that you got to a point you're like, wow, can I do it again? You know
right?
what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, where am I going to go from here? I've touched, you know, the end of the universe. Do I turn back?
Wow.
But it's just something I love, and I think I'll continue to do it as long as I have breath. I mean, I'll be in tune with music. People always ask me, why aren't you going to do any films? Aren't you going to go into clothing, and you have good fashion sense? And I'm like, nah, it's not something I'm extremely considering. Then it's mainly music for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that said, I've also noticed that you release a whole lot of tracks to these mixtapes.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of rhythm mixtapes that I get, and these tracks, they're not on the album.
Yeah, there's a lot of different songs. I did about 60 songs before this last album came out. Yeah, and then this album, Imperial Blaze, has about 19 tracks on it. And then I did a mixtape after that. It's called Odyssey. And the Odyssey got about 19 tracks too. So
Wow.
it's a lot. It's a lot of songs. I mean, it's not that it's disposable music. It's just that I want to give people the best. And so some of those tracks will come out every now and then. Some of them might be on future albums. But we picked the best to represent me at that point in time, 2009, September, when the album came out. The album called Imperial Blaze.
Next project. have you already started thinking about the next project, or are you just riding on Imperial Blaze at this point?
We've done, as I said, I did the Odyssey, which was I let go. We released Imperial Blaze about September last year, and then on Christmas Eve, I let people have the Odyssey on my Twitter account, so you could download it off of Twitter. My Twitter is @Dottipal. Yeah, come check me out. I do have a Facebook and a website and a MySpace, but I'm not really involved. I give information to the people that run it for me. But my phone is where the Twitter is, and it's easy to do. I'm able to take pictures and show people where I'm at this point in time and stuff. And so, yeah, the Odyssey mixtape is available on there, and I'm also walking around handing it out to people. I'm going to give you all one to review for me. I've done a couple songs this year. One that I can mention so far called Fire Brigade is really going on good in Jamaica now. And I'm hoping to release an album summer. So I keep working.
Wow.
On the plane coming over here, I was building rhythms. We have a computer. I got my laptop with all the sounds I need and whatnot, and a program called Logic, which makes it real easy to kind of, you know, hit up a rhythm. Whether there'll be hit stuff or not, I just do it because I enjoy it. And yeah, that's it, man. I'm looking forward to putting the album out later this summer.
Well, look forward to it. All your tracks, you know, your vibe, it's Sean Paul. You can play the track and everyone will know, oh, that's a Sean Paul track.
Right.
Now you have a certain signature. At any point, you've been like, you know, people told you, oh, you want to try something different. You want to, you know, I don't know, go and do something. Because I mean, dancehall is all about the dance, the vibe.
Yeah.
You know, you can't not have a, you know, dance when you hear a dancehall track in the background. You just want to,
Exactly.
you know? But have you ever been, you know, told by a record label or someone, you know, let's try something else?
Yeah, for sure. And I have to reason with them. I mean, I come from a small country. I think it's great to experiment, but also I think it's my duty to, you know, uphold the history, what has happened in my country.
That's right.
And so I'm trying to make dancehall music that sounds more futuristic. It sounds like something you've never heard before, but you know it's dancehall.
That's right.
On every album. I do experiment and do other stuff with other artists. Like I have the song with Jay Sean that's pretty good right now.
Yeah.
On that mixtape, I also did work with Sean Kingston, and there's a couple other collabs there on there, which is like hip hop, R&B type stuff. And I do that, yeah, to expand my vibe of music, because sometimes you get stuck in one vibe, like dirty water, you'll be stagnant. And so I try to keep it flowing and keep doing work with other people. We're on a tour right now with Akon, Pitbull, myself, Kelly Rowland, Eve, Jay Sean, Cardinal Official. And so,
that nobody knew Cardinal was here till just now.
Yeah, he in the town. He's in Australia. And so we've all been talking, let's do some stuff, and whether it's gonna happen on this tour, which is only a couple of days, it's like 6 days, or not, you know, you're gonna see work from us coming out. I mean, it's just good stuff to collaborate. It sparks what you call your imagination and helps to bring you to a new place.
Talking about bringing to a new place, just to finish off the interview real quick, African nation. Africa, it has its fair share of dramas.
For sure.
You know, we watch
Definitely.
movies, you know. Now, there's only a limited number of people in a position to do something about, you know, the situation in Africa. And you definitely are in this position. I recently heard that you did a project with Shaggy. There was a track release. So, are you involved in any project right now to help Jamaica and help Africa as a nation?
In Jamaica, we have been involved with certain things. There was a hurricane back in 2005, which we helped to set up back some schools and hospitals, because they were going to be down for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And we helped to do that, help them get back on their feet a lot quicker than they would have. Other than that, we've been doing this thing with Shaggy every year, which is a hospital at home. It's a children's hospital. Every year he goes there and gives out presents on Boxing Day. Like, so little kids on respirators, on dialysis machines. They're small, young kids. Some of them have very fragile bones. And it's a reality check. It brings you back down to earth to see kids in that position. When I remember my own childhood, I didn't have, I have asthma, so I mean, I wasn't suffering like that though. And so when I see that, I'm thankful for my life, and you have to try and give back. So we did a song with Shaggy last year, and we also did a song this year, which was supposed to be for the hospital, but when we changed it to talk about Haiti. The crisis in Haiti, it was so close to us in Jamaica. We actually felt the earthquake, the first big ones.
Wow.
In New Kingston, our buildings were kind of, people were like, what is happening? Is something?
It's moving.
So, yeah, so it was near to us, and we have had earthquakes already. We're no stranger to natural disasters such as hurricanes and floods. And so, you know, we just decided to help out in that way. I'm talking to radio disc jockeys right there in Haiti. They keep telling me how big my music is there for the people. And so I would like to go there within the coming months to, because I think it's important. After a few months pass after disasters, people tend to forget and go on.
Yeah.
And they have been knocked back into the dark ages. Haiti is really in a position now where there's thousands of people living in conditions where when it simply rains, people drown because they have nowhere to live. And so that's a very dire thing to help out. So I'm going to go and do that soon. You know, I'm always mindful of what happens in Jamaica, and so right now we have a water shortage. We have a drought. And there was just something I was watching on YouTube about our own Hermitage Dam, which is dried out, and there's people very upset about it because from year to year you hear about big business deals that, you know, the governments may do, but they never really put back the money into the infrastructure that the taxpayers are paying. And so we're not blaming them for the drought, but we're saying to them that there's so much more that you could do for our dams, for our streets and these kind of things. And so I'm involved with trying to get that word out there, to put the pressure on them so that when you do have responsibility, it's it's power that you have. People have said, you are responsible for this to happen, and they see you as someone who can fulfill the task. And if you don't fulfill the task, you're irresponsible, and irresponsible is a misguiding power. And so to put pressure on people to keep, I would say, probably straight, you know, that's something that I can help with my voice. As to Africa, I've been to Africa so many places in the past 5 years, 6 years. I don't remember how much countries, just a lot. I can name them for you, but there's just so much countries. Everybody in Africa that knows I came there, big up to you. As I said, I'm always willing to lend my voice. I've been to orphanages in a couple of the different places where we try to help out monetary-wise, and just by being there, signing autographs for people, letting them know that, yeah, I may be a star that a lot of people are focused on, but I'm not forgetting that, you know, we're all one, basically, family in this earth, and big up to these people and let them know that I do care.
That's what's up. With that word of wisdom, at the end of the interview, you're on Planet Urban. Stay there. Peace.